Just a few days to go before we see India facing New Zealand in the finals of the World Test Championship. It has been a much awaited match, and that match is today's topic of discussion for episode 6 of Bouncer Ki Baat. So, welcome all of you as we take you through the predicted squads for India and New Zealand for this final. New Zealand have been in fine form, beating England in the second Test match, that too without their first 11. And India also seem to be preparing well and gearing up for the finals. Both of them will have a few selection headaches before they head into this final, and we'll just take you through all of them and what we feel is the squad that each of these teams should play. There's a lot of smaller battles between this big battle, and I feel the first one and the biggest one of them is between Captain Kane Williamson and Captain Virat Kohli. Friends off the field, but on the field, they've had their rivalries. They were captains of their respective teams in the Under 19 World Cup and in the infamous 2019 World Cup semi-final. Now they face each other again. Probably they would want to stamp their authority for one last time, because a World Test Championship final at this point stands at a higher place than anything else in the world of cricket. So let's get started with the New Zealand squad. Captain Kane will be batting at number 3, and he will be a strong pillar for this batting order. But if we talk about the remainder of the team, starting with the openers, Tom Latham is a certainty. He's been in good form and he's their vice captain as well. And the second opener seems to be Devon Conway, who has done really well for New Zealand on debut. He's scoring a double century for them. So their middle order is more or less set in stone. Again, Captain Kane will be at number 3. They have Ross Taylor, BJ Watling, and Henry Nichols to play at the number 4, 5, and 6 spots. Again, a very consistent batting lineup, and noteworthy that BJ Watling will be playing his final match before his retirement. He would want the farewell of taking a World Test Championship trophy. All of that remains to be seen. And when we come to the number 7 spot, a very important and a very crucial place for a test lineup, they would prefer to play, I believe, Colin de Grandhomme, who's a wonderful striker of the ball. Hard-hitting all-rounder, can change the momentum of the game at any point in time, and also gives an additional pace bowling option. So that would probably form their entire batting order. Now, moving to their bowling lineup, looking at the conditions and the kind of aggression that New Zealand have displayed with their bowling lineup in recent times, it wouldn't be a surprise if they go ahead with an all-out pace attack. In addition to Colin de Grandhomme, I believe the last 4 will be all-out pace bowlers in the form of Tim Southee and Trent Bolt, Neil Wagner, and Kyle Jamieson. All 4 of them give you raw pace. All 4 of them give you a swinging ball. Neil Wagner gives you that additional component of aggression with his short bowling skills. And all in all, that would form a lineup that has previously troubled the Indian batsmen, and in all probability can do it again. That forms a very strong 11 for New Zealand. Having a look at the counterpart team and how India can fare up against this 11, let's go through the predicted Indian squad from our side. If we talk about the Indian Test team, a very aggressive team. They've been led from the front by Captain Virat Kohli. They've had 5 consecutive Test matches with them. And this has to be the silver lining that they wish to achieve from their extended good run of form in Test cricket. So if we talk about the Indian batting lineup, again, there's one certainty that Rohit Sharma has to open. He's been in very good form. Plus, he's one of the most senior batsmen that the Indian team has at this point in time. The opener with him, this has been a long-running debate in the Indian cricket fan circles, whether Shubman Gill should open or should it be Mayank Agrawal. And even though both of them have the skill to be at the highest level, I feel in my head the scale tips a little towards Mayank Agarwal, because he has been at the international level for a longer time. He has more experience, and the fact that he has faced these bowlers before would give him an additional component of confidence. It goes without saying, however, that either of Mayank Agarwal and Shubman Gill would be well set for taking up this opportunity and preparing really well for it. So it's just an exciting thing to see who opens, and remains to be decided by the team management. Moving to the Indian middle order, there is no doubt on the next 4 spaces that are to be filled out. Cheteshwar Pujara has to play for you. He's been the rock solid wall of the Indian cricket team. We've seen that in Australia. We've seen that in a lot of test matches over the years. Captain Virat Kohli stays in slotted at number 4, and India's highest run scorer and India's vice captain Ajinkya Rahane remains at the number 5 spot. Then at number six comes India's latest test sensation, Rishabh Pant, the man who can win you a match from anywhere, the man who is the X factor of your lineup, and the man who has worked significantly on his wicket keeping skills to retain his place in the squad. Rishabh Pant, there's a lot of expectation from him, and there is no doubt on the fact that he plays at number six in the Indian team. Maybe in certain situations, Rahane and Pant could be switched up and down the order in case India require a counter-attacking batsman to step in. But this remains India's middle order. Moving to the number seven spot, however, there's been a little bit of doubt and discussion over who should form India's bowling attack, whether India should play an extra batsman in the form of Hanuma Vihari or should they stick to Ravindra Jadeja, who can also be an additional bowling option. I am of the view that India's strength is to play both Ashwin and Jadeja. And no matter what the circumstances, both of them have proven to be wicket takers, and they can definitely do it at the big stage. So for me, number seven stays with Ravindra Jadeja. He's an additional bowling option. He's such a valuable asset in the field, and with the ball, he'll definitely give you a wicket or two in the innings, and he can give you those quick overs, create pressure from one end, hold one end. There's a lot of things that he can do, unmatched to any other player in this Indian squad. So Jadeja definitely stays in the squad. Number eight belongs to Ravichandran Ashwin, also a very good batsman in recent times, just comes off 100 against England, and there is no doubt over his bowling skills and whether he can fare up in these conditions or not. He's done it before, and the expectations from him won't change. Finally, we move to the Indian pace bowling attack. Lots of discussion over this, and the Indian pace bowlers have stood up in on most occasions in recent times. We have a rich pace attack in which also includes players rising stars like Mohammad Siraj, Shardul Thakur, and finally we move to the Indian pace attack, something that has gone up the ranks in the last few years. A lot of new pace bowlers who've created their names, who've stamped their names in the Indian teams rather, and a lot of new names here in the form of Mohammad Siraj and Shardul Thakur. And these are again fast bowlers who have it in them to play at the bigger stage. Um, I feel the three pace bowlers that India should go ahead with are Ishant Sharma. Without a doubt, he's played more than 100 test matches for India. And to add to that, a feather of a World Test Championship is all that he would be longing in for. So he's definitely in the squad. And with him, I would play the lethal duo of Mohammad Shami and Jasprit Bumrah. Both brilliant new ball bowlers, both brilliant bowlers with the old reversing ball. So these two definitely make it into the squad. So this is my prediction about the Indian Test squad and the New Zealand Test squad, and which 11 players would feature in both of these teams. You may agree or disagree with it. Tell me below in the comments whether you agree with it or the changes that you would suggest in this team. Don't forget to like this channel and don't forget to subscribe to us for a lot of more updates, not just about the World Test Championship, but about the cricketing world and everything about it.